Hello you guys, I'm Stephanie and today I will be making a video about how to become more confident. Well, in this video I'm basically just going to talk about how you can become more confident in yourself, more confident in who you are, how you present yourself, how you feel alone and in a room full of people. I believe that having real confidence has to do with how you feel on the inside and about who you are as a person, and having that confidence in your own self and having that love for your own self will stay solid in the face of others. I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I'm doing right now. This is a different setting than my usual content. I am at a park right now. I was doing some work and I wanted to take a break to make this video because I just got inspired to make it. The number one thing that really influences how confident you are is how you think of yourself. I can relate this to a personal example in the past, and I kind of am over it now, but in the past I had like body dysmorphia. If you don't know what that is when you think you look away when you really don't. This can come from like past insecurities, current insecurities. So in the past, maybe like a few years ago, I did have like some body dysmorphia, and that ties into how I thought of myself because I thought I was a certain way, like weight wise. I thought that I was really skinny. What this did was affect the way that I presented myself. It affected the way that I thought of myself and saw myself. So when I would look at myself, I would just see myself like really, really skinny. Even if it was true or even if it wasn't true, I would just see myself that way. And since that's how I saw myself, I started to think of myself like not less than, but I did think of myself as not in my best form. It didn't make me feel good letting people see me from certain angles. It didn't make me feel good with people taking photos of me. So definitely how you think of yourself is a big part. Another thing about how you think of yourself is the person you are. So that has more to do of like with how you think of your outside appearance. Which I'll get into this more later, but if you think of your outside appearance in a way that you're not fond of, I would say take the steps to change that. It's okay not to be happy with the way you look naturally. I'm not saying it's not okay to not love yourself and like hate how you naturally look. But for example, if you think you're skinny or if you think you're too big or something, just go to the gym. If you think you're too like scrawny, go to the gym and build some muscle. It doesn't necessarily mean you don't love yourself. It doesn't mean you don't hate yourself. It just means you want to up your appearance. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I would say, let me give an example. So let's say you're a person that really doesn't have much muscle and you think, I don't like that about myself. You go to the gym, you build some muscle, and then you're going to think, wow, I'm dedicated, I'm disciplined, I'm like motivated, and I love myself because I didn't like something and I didn't just sit there and think, oh, I don't like myself, da da da. I went to do something about it and I changed it. So I think even just that action, that's just an example. If you don't like something about your outer appearance, just work on it. I'm not saying like do something crazy unless you want to, but sometimes it's just as simple as being a little bit healthier. For example, like acne. I'm not saying you're unhealthy if you have acne, obviously, but if you like put more effort into skincare, maybe go to a dermatologist, like just put effort in yourself and that will start making you think more highly of yourself. Obviously, it's not only about your outer appearance. That is a big part of it, but the other part of it is how you think of yourself, your personality, and your heart, who you actually are. But if you don't like a characteristic of yours, just usually when someone notices that they don't like something about themselves, it's because they see someone else doing it differently. So let's say that you meet someone and you see a characteristic in them and you're like, oh, like I would like to be more like that. Because because they are charismatic, or when they walk in a room, people automatically look at them, they automatically want to talk to them. When they speak so kindly, and they make people want to listen to them and open up to them. Those are qualities that a person can have. Some people are just that way naturally, and others have to put in a little bit of work to get there. For example, that, like, let's say you meet someone, they're really charismatic and everything I just said. Just let's say you're an introvert and you're really, really shy. You don't like talking to people, you're very closed off, and you think, hey, I want to be more like that. Like, I want to develop that characteristic in me more. And once you do so, you're going to feel more confident in yourself, and you're going to think more highly of yourself. Like I said before, with your outer appearance, it kind of goes hand in hand with who you are inside. So definitely don't go out there like trying to copy people and copy like the person that they are. But there's no wrong in seeing like a characteristic or a trait someone has and being like, I really like that. I'm gonna work on that trait within myself. Us, like, as humans, we're always constantly evolving, and we should be. If you feel like you're in a place that you're very stagnant and you're not really growing as a person, then you should try to always put forth something to at least change it a little bit. Once you're working on your confidence, when people see you working on your confidence, and let's say you were an insecure person and they see you becoming more confident, they're gonna try and jab at you and put you down. If you have been like an insecure person for like a while now, you've probably like accrued people in your circle that kind of encourage your insecurities. Like, I've seen friends that will pick on their friends in front of other people, or even to their face when they're alone. And those friends, once they see you, or those family members, once they see you working on your confidence, it's gonna catch them out of left field. They're gonna be like, what? No, you're not all that. Like, they're gonna try to put you down. And most people actually do that because they're insecure themselves and they haven't worked on their confidence. So when people start telling you that, or even if they don't, you need to, in your mind, tell yourself, like, I'm confident in who I am. I love my personality. And if you don't love your personality, do something to work on it. Do something to change it. Whatever the aspect is of your personality that you don't really like, it's okay. Nobody is perfect. A lot of our personality comes from how we were raised. It comes from the people we were brought up around. And if you didn't know, children are sponges. When children grow up around something or are around something a majority of the time, or even for a moment, they will soak it up and they will inherit that, just because our brain is like a sponge, especially when we're a child. So if you don't like something about your personality, don't entirely blame yourself. Don't hate yourself for being that way, even if it's small or even if it's something huge about yourself. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has been through something horrible. Everybody has done something they wish they didn't do. But the important thing is that you move forward and you say, that was then. I'm gonna be a new me right now, and I'm gonna love myself. I'm gonna love my personality now. And you just have to like say those things to yourself. Even if you don't want to do it out loud, think it to yourself. Think about yourself that way, and just tell yourself positive things like, I deserve space for people to hear me. I deserve space for people to want to talk to me. I deserve space to share my opinion. Like, I am important. And all of those things will build your confidence. And I've said this in my previous videos. At first, if you're coming from an insecure place at first, and you're more of an insecure person and you have a lot of insecurities, saying those things to yourself might sound silly at first, but once you repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, you're going to start believing it. And you are only going to start believing it if you actually make the change. And making the change, and whatever it is that you don't really like or hate, even, it doesn't have to be perfect. People make make mistakes and mess up. Like you can't just change one thing that you don't like one day to the next. That would be fake. You have to work on it. Work on it and trust the process that you're going to eventually end up where you want to end up. Definitely working on your outer appearance. If you don't like something will change the way you think about yourself. And also, if there's anything about your personality, anything about your behaviors or habits that you don't like, work on those too, and that would change the way you think about yourself. Also, like I said, even you just putting in the effort to change those things about yourself will automatically, like, you'll just sit there and you'll realize, wow, I really put in the effort to change those things about me. I like myself. I really like how much effort I put in, and I don't just sit there and not do anything about it. And a lot of the times, people don't do things about it because they don't know where to start, or they might feel comfortable in the person they've become, even though they don't really fully like it. They're just used to being that way. And I'm not saying, like, oh, shame on you for that, because that's understandable. If you don't have someone like guiding you, it's kind of hard. But at some point, you have to realize, if I'm all I have, then I'm all I have, and I need to do the best I can for myself. Definitely is a huge part in confidence in yourself, is how you think of yourself in your head, and how much you love yourself, how much you value your own self, and what you think you're worth. You start thinking of yourself at a higher standard, basically. Not like you're better than anybody or anything, because whenever I say you think of yourself highly, I mean at your own, like, you're in competition with your own self. Once you start thinking of yourself more highly from whatever effort and work you did on your inner self, on your personality, on your behaviors, on your responses to situations, once you actually, like, work on those things, if you need to, and you think more highly of yourself for it, you're going to start treating yourself better. You're going to start treating yourself better because you no longer think of yourself the way you did back then. Let's say back then you were more insecure. You are going to settle for less in a lot of things, in a lot of areas. Like, if you think not so good about yourself, if someone presents you with, like, a crumb, you're gonna be like, oh my god, give me that crumb, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. But as soon as you start thinking of yourself more highly, you're gonna be like, a crumb? I mean, thank you, but you can have it. I appreciate it though. I'm looking for the whole thing, not just a crumb. And that's like a funny, silly, like, example, but that's really how it is. Once you start thinking of yourself more highly, you're gonna watch how you treat yourself, and you're gonna treat yourself better. I've heard a lot of people, maybe they're not insecure, but I have seen, like, most cases it's like people that are kind of more toward insecurities and have a lot of insecurities. They say things like, I hate myself, I'm gonna kill myself, a lot. And that, you may be saying it as a joke, but you're really, like, implanting that and ingraining that in your mind, and that's how you're gonna treat yourself. Like, you once you start thinking more highly of yourself, you should try and, like, cut all of that type of vocabulary out. Like, talking negatively about yourself should not be a thing. If you are talking negatively about your own self, how do you think other people are going to talk about you? And if other people see you dragging yourself down, they're going to think, I could drag her down, I could drag him down. So you never want to talk about yourself negatively in front of others, and especially not to your own self, because it starts with you. If you talk badly about yourself to your own self, then that's going to affect the way you think about yourself. It's going to affect how you treat yourself. Treating yourself better has a lot to do with your confidence. That can mean how you eat, the way you go about your own day, if you respect yourself. For example, let's say you have work to do and you don't do any of it. That's not treating yourself good, because you know you have things to do. Treat yourself better, guys. Don't have, like, the worst standards ever. Don't accept, like, the literal bare minimum that somebody wants to give you. Don't give your own self the bare minimum. Like, if you have the opportunity to do even a little bit better for yourself, or get even better for yourself, do it. Show your own self, I am here for you. I am going to treat my own self so good and make myself feel special, feel myself feel loved, feel myself feel taken care of. And you are the person that can treat you how you want to be treated. Like, a lot of the times people look for a relationship to get the love that they are looking for, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to find it with yourself first. Another person could do so much for you. Like, well, if you find a good person, they can do so much for you. They can show you how special you are, how much they love you with all the gifts, a whole bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, like, you and your brain, you and your heart, you know the kind of treatment that you are looking for. So what if that person isn't there anymore? Or what if something happens? Or what if you haven't found them yet? Are you just gonna wait until you find someone like that to start feeling that kind of love, that kind of treatment? No, you need to create that for your own self. And once you create it for your own self, let's say you do find a relationship like that, it's going to be even better, because not only do you treat yourself with so much love, now another person is doing it. And God forbid, if you lose that person or something, you're not going to be completely broken. You're not going to be completely left alone, because even though they're not giving that, you've always been giving yourself that. Or you are now. Treat yourself with care, okay? You deserve it. And even if you feel like you don't deserve it, that goes back to how you think about yourself. If you think you don't deserve love from your own self, work on how you see yourself. Work on how you view yourself, because if you don't, you will not be able to treat yourself kindly. Being confident, if it's a new thing for you, most likely the people in your circle are people that put you down. I'm just going to be honest. I said this previously, but this is so important, because there can be a lot of kinds of people, but I'm going to talk about two kinds of people. These people could either be a friend, or these people could either be a family member or something. One of them, let's say you were insecure and they're in your life, and they are used to you being insecure, but then you say, oh my god, I look so pretty today. They'll sit there and they'll start laughing. What? You look what? You look pretty. And they'll laugh at you. They'll make you feel stupid for even complimenting yourself, right? Let's say both of those people did it, the two different kinds of people did it. This one, the one that I think you should throw out of your life, will be they'll make fun of you, right? And then you'll be like, I'm working on my confidence, are you gonna support me? And they will take it as a joke. They will be like, working on your confidence, what? They will just continue making fun of you. They will continue purposely trying to put you down. That person, get them out of your life, okay? But then there's the other kind of person that make fun of you when you say, oh, I'm so pretty, and they'll start laughing, oh, you're pretty or what? They could just be joking. That could really just be the way that they joke around, but they actually love you, So you should say, in a serious way, hey, I know you like to joke that way, but I'm actually doing this new thing. I'm working on my confidence, And if they really care about you, they'll think to themselves, and maybe they won't say it right away. Give them a little bit of time, because it's a new thing, it's a change. But eventually they should say something along the lines of, okay, I understand, you're working on that. I won't make comments like that anymore. They will stop making those kinds of comments if they really love you. If they always make a joke like that, that's just the way that they joke, okay. But if you want to continue being my friend, if you want to keep being, a family member that I talk to, respect me, So if they do respect you, if they do love you, if they do care to be in your life, they'll stop making those kinds of comments oh, you're not cute, or putting you down. But if they're a person that should just not be in your life, they'll just continue taking you as a joke. They'll continue making those stupid, hurtful comments about you and putting you down and making you feel less special, less beautiful. So definitely who you surround yourself with really, really matters. And if you're starting to work on your confidence, start picking those people out. Start weeding those people out. Start weeding out the people that want to keep you in this insecure bubble and make sure you stay hurting, make sure you stay insecure. Kick them out of your life. But then tell those people that the people that are actually going to try and support you in your change and in your journey, keep those people. Those are good people. Even if they did make hurtful comments, putting you down, laughing at you if you compliment yourself, like I said, maybe that's just the way that they joke. Let them know you don't like it. If they want to change for you, they really love you and they really do care about you. Be careful who you surround yourself with, especially on a journey of confidence. Not only confidence, especially, even this could go for a lot of things. If you're on a journey of even bettering your life financially, mentally, if you're on any kind of journey and you literally see people just spitting negativity on it, that's how you know they're just haters and they just need to go. And that does not only go for confidence. Like I said, it goes for anything. But if you see those people making like actual effort for you and support you, keep those people in your life. Keep them around, and don't just keep them around because they will benefit you. Keep them around and do the same for them. Lastly, I wanted to make sure to leave this one last. Obviously, a big part in being confident is how you feel about your outer being, your outer shell. There's two things that we have to deal with every single day: our mind and what we look like, okay? The way that you think about yourself, I already went over that. How you look literally affects so much. Your confidence, like I said, if you don't like something about how you look, you're gonna be insecure about it until you either accept it or until you either change it. Those are like the only really two things you could do about an insecurity that's affecting your confidence. So I'm gonna give like a bit of a basic example. Let's say that with your appearance, well, I'm gonna talk about myself in this situation. So this is kind of surface level, it's kind of basic. I could go more in depth, but I don't really want to at the moment. But a confidence appearance issue that I had in the past, and I don't really have it now, but it still needs some work, is the way I would dress. So in the past, I keep saying in the past like it was really long ago. It really wasn't that long ago, but in the past, I was kind of insecure about how I would dress due to the fact that not never, okay, don't get me wrong, not never, but I didn't go shopping as much as I would like. Like, of course I went shopping for clothes and stuff like that, but it wasn't very, very consistent to the point where I was like always getting up to date with my likings, with my interests, and like how I would dress and stuff. So like, let's say I had something in my closet from like 2 eras ago, I would still have to wear it, and that affected my confidence. It's either I accepted my wardrobe and just was confident even if I had something on my body that I did not like, or either I changed it. And I changed it. I started throwing away clothes that don't longer fit my style or my like aesthetic, and then I started whenever I could, because I'm not just expecting everybody to go change their entire wardrobe if you're insecure about it, because that's not realistic unless you have a lot of money. So what I started to do was throw away like certain pieces that I really, really didn't like and really, really did not fit me anymore. And maybe they fit my body, but they didn't fit what I liked personally. So I just started like getting good staple pieces. For example, like a really good set of jeans, like one pair. Okay, boom. Now I have a good set of jeans that I really actually like. Okay, boom. Two really nice jackets that fit my aesthetic that I really, really like. And like you just start getting like staple pieces like that can go with a lot of things. And yeah, that was me changing in like an aspect of my appearance that was making me less confident, and then that helped my confidence. So a thing about me, and a thing about a lot of people, whether a lot of people would like to admit it or not, if you put like effort in the way that you look, which right now it's a bad time to be talking about this because I'm really not in the best outfit. My hair is not done, my makeup isn't done. Literally, I'm a mess at this very moment as I'm saying this, which is ironic. But usually I do put effort in my look because it does make me feel better about myself, and it makes me feel more presentable and more put together. For example, if you just wake up, roll out of bed, go to school, go to work or whatever, like you don't really put much effort in yourself, you're probably going to feel less confident. You're probably going to feel sluggish. You're not going to feel the best self. You're not going to feel like you're putting your best foot forward, personally, and for a lot of people. But let's say you get out of bed, you take a nice shower, you do your hair in a way that you really, really like, you do your makeup if you're a woman or a girl, you do your makeup in a way you like, you feel very refreshed, you put on a great outfit that you really like the way your body looks in it. Which one do you prefer? Like, which one do you think you're gonna feel your best in? Which one do you think you're gonna feel the most confident walking through a room with a whole bunch of people in? Obviously, the one you put more effort, the one that you feel your literal best in. So your looks do matter. It does affect your confidence, the way that you look. And it doesn't matter if you're the most attractive person in the world or not. As long as you're hygienic and you put some effort in yourself, also look at the way that you dress. And another thing, your aesthetic doesn't matter. You can literally be whatever aesthetic you want to be. As long as you feel good in it, it's going to show. Like, you're going to be radiant and you're going to glow if you're confident in whatever you're in and whatever you put on yourself, whatever you're doing. How you look does matter, and this is a whole nother topic, but I will say it. How you look affects the way that people treat you, which will in turn, it shouldn't affect your confidence how other people treat you, but if you're on a journey of becoming confident, how other people treat you might affect you. So like I said, how you look does affect the way people treat you. If people see you with sweats, a crazy t-shirt that looks like you had it like 20 years ago, you look crazy because your hair is like not even brushed, or like, I don't know, I'm not even trying to be judgy, but I'm just trying to like depict a person that looks like they put no effort. And like, don't get me wrong, people be going through like the most depressing time in their life, you know? So if you're going through a really, really hard time right now and you're not worried about your looks, you're not worried about your hygiene, I do not blame you. I'm talking directly to the people that are like in a point when they want to work on their confidence, and that's what they're like, you know, focusing on. Not if you're going through like a crazy rough time in your life, because it's not realistic to look amazing when you're going through a terrible time in your life, you know? But yeah, so let's say you're just trying to work on your confidence, right? Because this is what the video is for. So let's say you see someone that just looks like they put no effort in themselves. You could be a kind person and you could probably just treat them normal, but there's shallow people out here that will see that person and literally treat them like dirt, and they will not help them if they need help. They will ignore them. They won't even say hi or good morning to them while they pass them by, and they will literally just treat them so terribly. And let's say those shallow people saw that person like looking like they put effort, put together, they might help that person. They might go out of their way to assist them if they see they need help. They might treat that person more kindly if they ask something, or if they see them, they'll say hi, good morning. They'll actually acknowledge them. Obviously, I'm not telling you to like live your life based on everybody else, but like, if you kind of want to change your reality into like a more positive reality, just keep that in mind. How you look does affect the way people treat you. And don't work on your looks to please shallow people. Don't work on your looks to please other people. That's just like something I wanted to throw out there, that it does affect how people treat you, but that shouldn't be the main point. You're putting effort in your looks, if that makes sense. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that anything I said can help at least one of you get a little bit more confident. And FYI, if you're even watching this video, if you're even thinking about how can I become more confident, there's already confidence in you and you just have to find it. So good luck on your guys' confidence journeys. I know you can do it. You're a beautiful person inside and out, whether you think so or not. You probably just need a little bit of effort, a little bit of work, and you'll be okay. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. God bless you guys. Peace.